gonna try to reboot one more time, see if that helps.
Go, go, go! Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
You still hear me, Bill? Or did you leave yet?
Nope, I'm still here.
I just did, because I'm not a network guy, I just did a quick Google search, and things like, of course, RAM.
Limit 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
You'd have any background programs.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
But they open up and run.
Limit 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Okay, merge when you can.
Audio settings can cause latency issues. Otherwise,
What patch?
Inside.
there's like a 4 gigabyte.
Clear.
It makes the whole game use more. It allows it to use more of your RAM on your computer.
Yeah, if it's just the old patch, I got that.
Yeah,
I've had that for years. I've never had a problem, so this is just kind of weird that it's out there.
You know it's not a mod or a track issue. It's RAM is everything is supported.
Right, yeah.
You know, Bill tested with us with the Hickory, and I was there too, and everybody, and he had those problems then.
Right. My one night off I could be here. I'm on spring break, and I got latency issues. I'm just gonna, try to reboot one more time and see if that does it.
Yeah, when you get back, that's all I'm looking to see.
Clear. Inside. Clear inside. Limit 40. Keep it under 3,500. In second. Outside. Inside. Clear. Car inside. Stay high. Clear. Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. Keep high. Clear inside. Inside. Clear. Inside. Clear inside. Your right front tire is wearing out. Car inside. Clear. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500. In second. Go, go, go! Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500. In second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Limit 40. Keep it under 3,500. In second. Okay, merge when you can. Car outside. Still there. Still there. Clear. Car inside. Stay high. Keep high. Clear. Car inside. Keep high. Clear inside. There's a spin in turn 4. There's an accident in turn 4. Car inside. Clear. You got a slow car down low. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear. Inside. Clear inside. Inside. Clear. Car inside. Keep high. Clear. Car inside.
10.
Clear inside. Car inside. Clear inside. Inside. Stay high.
I have not.
Clear.
Haven't changed
Car inside.
anything.
Clear.
When's the last time you raced online?
I've been doing iRacing with no problems.
It's karma.
Yep. I haven't done NR2003 in a while.
You want to check in your game folder? Because there's a way to make sure that you have that 4K patch. Like I found mine, I did it back in installed this game.
I'm sure I've
Car inside. Clear.
That's like the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. When you get in your main game folder, it says so the way to know if it's been created or if you use the patch is it creates a backup file in NR2003.exe.backup. It says that if you run the patch, it's got that backup file.
What's up? I got an update file.
Yeah, no, it's NR2003.exe.backup.
I don't see that.
And I tried, before I found that that's the backup file and that's what, a way to verify, I tried rerunning the 4 gigabyte patch installer, and mine, like, I downloaded from Stunod, and it won't run it. But that also could be because I have it installed in mine.
I'm doing a search for it right now. I couldn't find it, so yeah, it says nothing. I had the other patch. I can see that.
Yeah, that's the normal one that like pretty much have to run the game. Or I should say that's the patch that you have to be able to add mods and stuff to it. And that's
Right.
give me the. I think you can, you can race online without the 4 GB patch. It just limits how much memory your computer can allocate for this game. But like it was said before, it's just hard to say. Any updates that are done can reset some of those settings within your INI file and stuff. And if you haven't played this or raced online for quite a while, it's hard to say. Like if I don't use it for a few months and I go to use it, I got to go back in and change my graphics settings and stuff because updates have wiped it all out. The other one that I never knew. Sorry, go ahead.
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Okay, you're
Haven't
clear of
done
pit
that.
lane.
Looking for that patch.
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Outside. Okay, merge when you can. Clear.
I sent you a link. You want it on Discord or on Facebook?
Well, I'm on their webpage right now. Like, I've got the 1201 update. I don't see if there's like
Inside.
NR2003.
Stay high. Stay
I
high.
think I need that.
Clear.
Then
Car
there's
inside.
another one.
Keep high.
It just says. I don't
Keep
know
high.
what that is either. That goes back to 2017.
Clear.
I've had that too. So I don't know about this backup. Yeah.
There's an accident in turn 4.
By patch.
In Discord? Or?
Yeah,
Car inside. Clear.
You're gonna have to help me find it. Really find it.
Inside.
Do you have
Stay
Discord
high.
on your computer that you have?
Yeah.
Clear
I'm
inside.
looking at Discord right now.
So it should be a private message. So like where your
Car inside.
servers are showing up on the left and the top of the
Clear.
right message. Like a notification on your computer. Upper left corner.
Found it. Yeah. So it's something about the core.
It's from this company called NG4.
Oh yeah. And just run that inside of my yeah, this is something new. I've never seen this before. I've never had to run it.
Like I said, I don't think it's necessary, but you just never know. Especially as people keep creating tracks and mods with it's more demanding and stuff. I mean, it's handy to use.
40. Keep it under 3,500. In second, there's a spin in
I
turn
don't know
4.
if you had to have the game closed to, you know, for when you ran it or not.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, that patch didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's hard to say then.
The only reason I recommended resetting a router before was sometimes you can have really good speed, but you still have terrible latency. Sometimes if you have to reset it for a while, latency.
Can anybody see me right now?
I'm watching it replay. It's tiny bit jerky, but not. It's not like you're bouncing around lanes.
Yeah, I'm about half red on the latency. Where I was pegged, I mean, I don't know.
Your ping's really bad too. It's not gonna ping.
Yeah, if you want to restart, you know, just power cycle your router, you can wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'll be right back.
You might need to disable his firewall and antivirus built into Windows.
That's the downfall with if you don't use this game regular enough, you always run into little quirky things just because of how old it is and updates and stuff. It just causes havoc all the time.
Wow, this
Actually, Windows 10 doesn't have that problem as bad. Windows 11 has that a lot because of the Windows update. 10 should be pretty stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, this turned into my dedicated NR2003 box where it's turned on to race. It even stays in like the 3 module mode and everything.
Yeah, I'm old school enough. I don't even have a newer computer yet. So, but that's a good idea. When I do get one, I might just keep an older one so I don't have to fight with it for a while.
I know when I had that problem, it was because of the Windows 11 had a stupid weather app, and that was just eating up my network.
Flip practice back, guys.
Andrew's about to go for a ride there.
Yeah, they decided they wanted to drive up to me. That outside groove is fun, but it is tough to get going right.
Holy crap. I always struggle with turn 3 entry, and I just hit it right finally, and it turned into a 13.748 lap.
Nobody likes a bragger.
Oh, speed means nothing when I make poor decisions in traffic.
Yeah, especially on this narrow track.
Right? It's a, like, track position is huge.
Did you throw him your 499 file?
Yeah, he grabbed because he asked about it and he grabbed it and already installed it. We haven't changed it.
Yeah, that was my first thought too. But yeah, I don't know. Still not good, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's too bad.
Yeah, I'll have to try to figure something else out. So, you guys have a good night.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yep.
Take it easy.
All right, let's jump into qualifying. Qualifying, guys.
Drivers, to your cars.
Okay, here comes your first time lap. One more lap. All right, there's the checkered flag.
Kyle, why do we always start next to each other? All right, quick drivers meeting. 40 miles per hour pit road speed. Keep that in mind. It's 100 laps. I don't remember tire wear. It's at 2 times. I don't remember how it's going to affect us. So good luck with that. You know the drill. Just please call out your cautions clearly. If there's a reason for a caution, we'll throw one. We will be doing wave arounds because that's a whole lot easier on a track this size than me trying to clear or add a lap under green flag conditions. So keep that in mind. Just pay attention to your spotter on when you can pit because it's a whole lot easier if you pit as soon as you're allowed to. So if you're lead lap, pit as soon as it's open and you can pit. If you're not on the lead lap, wait that next time by when your spotter says it's open for you, and then we'll discuss it and do the wave around as soon as you're done pitting. This is round 5 of 6. Next week's at Martinsville. That should be a fun one too. It's another track made by Project Short Track. So in my very brief test, it seemed quite racy and a big roomy track for us to race on. So it should be fun. Yeah. Any questions? We'll let the happy hour clock run out here. We got 3.5 minutes and we'll get going.
Good lap, Andrew.
Yeah, we get to watch the AI car beat up on you.
Hopefully it's the other way around this week.
Sorry, just testing stuff, making sure everything's ready.
Yeah. It would be kind of fun in one of the for fun races with the random black flags every so often.
What did your
Drivers.
spotter tell you? Was it during practice? What does it tell you?
It's like you have to pass through the pits or something.
Oh, sure.
We're waiting on the rest of the field.
All right, guys.
Drivers,
Have fun. Drive
start
patiently.
your engines!
Pace car's in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. There's a spin in turn 2.
Just a friendly reminder, we race back to the office.
Pit road is closed. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 81 car.
Catch the end of the field.
Pass the 112 car.
The leaders.
Pit road is now open. You're in fourth.
Carson Quapo might give a heads up. The 8 car will probably be passing.
You're now in third.
I get to see the pace car. That's a positive already.
Somebody in the pit.
I can see everybody pass me too. That's beside the point.
Just be careful up there. They will move. That's what happens.
I'm just out for a Sunday drive.
We're going
Just down
green
the
next
lane.
time by.
Yeah, they restart pretty aggressive.
Pace car's in. Green, green, green! Inside. Keep high. Stay high. Clear. Inside. Keep high. Clear inside. Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. Clear. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Stay low. Clear outside. You got a slow car down low. Here comes the leader. Inside. Clear. Car inside. Stay high. Stay high. Stay high. Clear. Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Clear inside. Car inside. Still there. Clear inside. Car inside. Still there. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear. Inside. Clear inside. Leaders pitting now. Inside. Keep high. Clear inside. There are the cross flags. We're halfway home. inside. Keep high. Clear inside.
Green flag pit stops. Caution,
The
caution.
leader's pitting now. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed.
That got great.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 8 car.
Pit road's open for lead lap cars this time.
We got trouble in the pit.
Black flag me.
Limits 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 1. Remember, don't pass the stop sign at the end of pit road. The pace cars in turn 2. The pace cars on the back straight. You entered a closed pit. Okay, you've got to go to the end of the longest line. The pace cars in turn 3. The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. Go, go, go! Yes, we nailed that stop. Great work, guys. The pace cars in turn 1. Limits 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 112 car. Stay on the end of the pacing line. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Pit road is now open.
Am I the only one a lap down?
The only human.
Do I go around now or just wait?
Go ahead now. It should tell you on the top of your screen, or someone won't catch up to the tail end.
Limits 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Pass low. Be careful going turn 1 here.
We're going green next time by.
I wonder if those were the rest of the cars that didn't hit that first caution, because that got really weird.
You're in the top 10. Pace car's in. Green, green, green! Keep digging. Car inside. Still there. Clear. Inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Stay high. Clear. Car inside. Clear inside. Here comes the leader. Car inside. Clear. Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. Clear. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Car inside. Clear. Car inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Still there. Clear inside. We got just 10 more to go. inside. Stay high. Stay high. Inside. Keep high. Keep high. Clear inside. Just 5 more to go. Just 2 to go. Inside. White flag. 1 more lap to go. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear. There's the flag. It's over. Bring it on home and let's get the heck out of
Halfway
here.
through the race wasn't.
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The race is over. Come on in.
Yeah, it was fun. On that last restart, I figured I'd try to go high and pick off some stuff as they're all jammed up, but no, they are okay moving each other to get, to go too wide too. So that shuffled me behind you, and then I had nothing for you. I got loose trying to run the bottom with you, and ended up saving it onto pit road, so I had to do a drive through, and that hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I was kind of ready to go there on the bottom, but I saw you trying to make the pass on the top, so I was just waiting because I didn't want someone to ping pong into you or something,
I thought that too. When I went high and you were coming fast, I was like, that's going to limit what he can do on the bottom, to try to pick through. You don't want to go 3 wide, but yeah, like I said, they shuffled each other up there pretty quick, so it didn't last long. And Andrew, I was looking forward to trying to have a shootout there for that position at the end, but man, you got through the lap cars pretty good there once you saw me coming, I think.
Actually, no, I was just waiting for my tires to cool and get them low and push them down a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, passing on the high side is almost easier, in my opinion. If you kind of hold them low, they can't exit the turn, so you get a good run on the outside.
You would think that, but they come up into you and move
Yeah.
you up. It's like, whatever.
Yep. I struggle with the handling on the bottom. Like, I'll get loose or whatever more than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, same here. that's why I was keeping to the middle. That's why during practice I just kept it to the outside because the car just felt much better up there. Not as fast, but it felt better.
Comfortable. Yep.
I'm just happy I was competitive for once.
Yeah, you were quick.
Yeah, it's just when they get side by side and keeping it from burning the tires up on the outside because it's like 14 laps and my tires almost shot.
I didn't pit that first round there, and I went like 51 laps. And before, I only did 38 laps in testing and stuff. So I'm learning to save tires, but I'm still slower than 7-year itch. But I'll get there one of these years.
Well, and you showed speed like at times, but in traffic, like if you get shuffled to the high side or if you moved over and let people by, it's just you're giving up so much time by doing that. But when you ran by yourself, you were pretty close on speed. But I don't know how much you were using up your tires to do that.
Yeah, and testing, I tried to race with them, and my car would wash up if I get below, and I'd wreck out. Or if I tried to stay near the middle, I'm like Andrew. I like the high side and the middle the best, and that's where I ran the best. But I couldn't do anything with the AI. I'll learn them, but it'll be too late for this season. But maybe for next season, or if we ever have another season, or I'll learn them eventually.
I'll tell you what, there's a number of times I followed you around and I was fighting everything I could just to get around you. So you're doing a lot better, dude.
Yeah, I'm unpredictable. That's why it's hard to get around.
I'll be honest, late in the race, Andrew and I were in a pack of lapped cars, and we came up on you, and Andrew was passing on the high side, and I thought this is could get messy, but it like the way you timed it, given going up to the third groove was like perfect because you didn't really lose a lot of time. You kind of tucked back in behind us, and everybody was able to race through it. It was really good, especially on a track like this.
Yep. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
glad we
think you
got to
did a great job.
practice with Hickory before, and that's why I'm kind of familiar with it. So maybe this time next year I'll be able to race it. And racing
Actually,
road racing is kind of messing me up too. I think because it's totally different when you turn right and left, and where you have to hit your apexes and things like that. So I just got to relearn myself when I play NR 2003.
I think more so, it's not the track, it's just the game or the sim. They drive different enough that anything you learn and pick up on how to get around with this game, and then you go race those, especially those newer, race room and things like that. You're kind of unlearning stuff that you've had to learn here.
Yeah, the most fun I'm having right now is a guy made a mod for Automobilista 2 Legends cars, and those things are a blast to drive. It is hard to set them up. He doesn't have a good default setting, so you got to play around with the settings. And I'm learning a lot about camber and a little bit about everything now, and it's making my head explode. But it is a blast once you get them dialed in.
That's cool.
I feel like in this game you got to drive the car a lot harder than you think you would be able to.
Yeah, and I think that it varies a little bit from track to track how they build the grip levels and stuff like that. But yeah, it usually handles more than you think it would, um, especially this track.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember that I'm not hitting those corners just right, and I'm trying to remember in the middle of the corner you can give a little bit of gas and not, you know, go. It'll stick for you most time if you got a good line. So I'm learning, but it's like I say, it's one step forward, two steps back some days. But I was happy. I was up in 10th place and fighting for things anyway. I was seeing the beginning, the front for a while.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good with like what 20 laps to go or whatever, 25 to go after I did my little self-inflicted drive through. Um, I came up and I came out right behind you, and I'm like, crap, this is for position now.
Yeah, it was interesting. I guess some of the AI cars were off on their pits too or something. It threw me up there, but I wasn't going to race them because I knew if I would, I would have wrecked and just made a mess of everybody's race. So I just tried to hit my lap times until they came around, and then I didn't race too hard. But I'm going to learn to race those things eventually.
hey, what I did this week or today earlier is I jumped on here for about an hour and just practiced against the AI on the computer. It was it was pretty close to what we had today. That's why I learned the outside groove.
Yeah, I got on there, but I only had about a half an hour, and I was trying to run in the bottom of the groove, and it seemed good when I was running by myself, but when I was running in traffic, it would wash up, and I would just crash into them. I said, well, this is not going to be good. But I will learn. Or
I
I'll,
just
I'll
watched my
keep on learning.
right. I just watched my little half spin, and it was exactly that. You know, it was. I got stuck behind a lapped car when Kyle went by, and then he started picking off cars. So I kind of my aggressiveness kind of went up a little bit to try to get by this lap car faster, and I drove into three a little too hard, washed up like high in the first lane, and we touched, and that got made me loose, and I spun sideways into the infield. So it's like if I just would have entered three a little nicer and kept it lower, it would have been fine.
It's definitely a game of inches.
Like I said, speed does nothing if you can't get through traffic.
Well, that and it doesn't help if the AI guy decides to move you a little bit.
Right. They seem very wishy-washy at times. You know, like there's times I'd get a really monster run and go to throw it in the high side, and I figure I could get like a half a car length up on them, and they'd do that weird kick out and entry where they'd throw the right rear out, and I'd tag them in the right rear instead of having a clear run beside them.
That's exactly what I did in
Yeah.
practice. I would hit them in the rear end. They go spinning. You can't just nudge them anywhere. Even before you hit to the corner, I would just nudge them just a little bit, just to try to get them a little loose, and they would spin completely around. That's not going to work.
That's the crazy thing with that Project Short Track group, how they are at making these AI lines and getting them to race well with you. And like they run primarily at this track, the middle groove, and you have to get a good, quarter panel on either side of them before they, actually commit to the bottom or commit to the top and give you more room to race. Um, it's just cool that they've gotten that to work so well.
Yeah, they're awesome to race with.
Yeah, the AI here will really, pinch you one way or another.
Yeah, I'm riding with you the last 10, 15 laps now, and there was a close call. I think you got underneath someone and either got a little loose and washed up, and he tagged your right rear, and you got a little squirrely, but he got worse. Like it kind of sent him higher.
Oh, there
That-
was a couple of times when I thought I was gonna go around because I came up on him way too fast going into three.